And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. And we're back in South Shligs, South Beach, Florida. And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. She was going to show WARTIME ZOOMSHTEIG number 106. We're out here in South Beach, Florida. We found a base medrash in the park. And the Abishur will give us the Shmaya to learn in the schus of the hostages and the soldiers, freeing them. This year is sponsored by Holy Juices, Jews and Shligs.
Let's go.
Well, you think that I'll even let this be seen drinking? It happens to be a healthy alternative. But Chaz v'Shalom, we should be at a time when Jews and Shligs is not all over the flat earth.
I mean,
so last week we did a Maisa. We seen a Rashi and a teiches, a Rashbam and a teiches, and a Rashi in Zvachim, and we saw a Gra, and we saw much of a Rabbi Nachman. If it was much of a Gra, I would say let's continue to Gra. Much of a Rabbi Nachman will say Gevaldik. We were saying for much of a Rabbi Nachman, fighter in the Gemara. And the Mitzvah Hashem, for this next week, you'll be able to see all of the Rabbi Nachman. Double Shlomo Yaakov. And we're back.
and we're back. My computer
Double
just
Shlomo
fritzed out.
Yaakov, I said. Amar Rabbah. And like always, these famous Rabbah Bar Chana Agaritas are really only Rabbah Bar Chana according to a girsa that is not in the main girsa in Shas. But there's always a Ghost Yatzunim, and the Ghost Yatzunim says that in Zvachim, in Kofyut Gimel Beis, when it tells the story, it says it's Rabbah Bar Chana. So over here, it just calls him Rabbah, but we have it on good authority that it's Rabbah Bar Chana because that's the way that the story is recorded in Zvachim, which is another Masechta in Shas, the 6 Siddharim of Mishnah that we are privileged to delve into every day and learn and live.
Amen.
The Amar Rabbah Bar Chana. This one, however, it says straight out that we're dealing with Rabbah Bar Chana. Lididi Chazyali. He's like, for me, you know what I saw? This Rabbah Bar Chana, he was a cool character. He would go down to the docks, talk to the fishermen, trade stories. The fisherman's like, I saw a wave this big. He's like, you know what I saw? He's like, Lididi Chazyali. I saw Hahi akroksa. The Havia ki akra de Hagronia. Shalom Aleichem, Avi Mighty.
Shalom Aleichem.
Thank you for joining, guys. We're just getting on the next shtickle for Rabbah Bar Chana. So we figured that this is how it's happening. He goes down to the docks. The fishermen are telling him, I saw a wave that was this big, and I tell you what to do if you see a Balach HaMazik. And so Rabbah Bar Chana is like, yo, that's a crazy story. You know what I saw? I saw an akroksa. I saw an akroksa.
Sounds like a frog.
Thinking the same thing. Akroksa. Bump it a bump, bang bang. I was thinking the same thing. It sounds like a frog.
Sounds like
Right? We go into our etymological dictionary.
I thought
Is that a Hebrew word? Krok? Perek?
I thought it's maybe like somebody dying. I'm a little bit darker.
Akroksa.
Akroksa.
Akrok.
I saw akroksa.
I hear you. What we're making we're saying, oh, it's like an onomatopoeia. Frog is a croaker. I don't know. I gotta say that maybe croak. That's as far as I'm willing to go. Maybe it's a frog because of croak. But I hear the shtickle, DVJ. I hear the shtickle. So, Agra de Hagronia. It was like an Agra of Hagronia. The Agra de Hagronia kama he. How big is this Agra de Hagronia? Stain bate asa. How much is this Agronia? It's 2 houses of asa. This is rough stuff. In asa, I mean, asa means to come in Aramaic. Is it possible that it means like aravos or hadazim or one of those things? 2 houses of asa? I'd rather just blind. Tanina bala asa pushkinsa v'bal tanina. Okay, stay in bate. Asa tanina. Forget about what I said about asa. The tanina comes, a serpent comes. Da 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 da. Bala swallowed up the serpent. Also, a pushkinsa comes twaddling along. Shligs. You ever see a pushkinsa?
I don't even know what it is. Sounds like a pushka on steroids.
It's Zicher Evsher. Listen, let's just say though that when DVJ sensed that this akroksa was gonna be associated with death, he's eating all these predators, and so they could definitely be said to be croaking. Also, Pushkinsa comes in. Bala litanina. Oh, so the tanina swallowed the serpent, swallowed the frog. Maybe we're saying baby frog because croak. And then the serpent was swallowed by the Pushkinsa. Vasalik, and it left. Yosef Be'ilna. It went and it went to sit in a tree. Tachazi, come and see. Wow, Shligs, I can tell is dancing in his seat. With a pen. I can tell he's dancing in his seat. We just got a Tachazi in the Gemara. Tati, do you know where it says Tachazi?
No.
You are my Tati, so I'll remind you that you taught me once that Tachazi is Zayar. And in Yeshiva's Gula show, we were wondering a long time, we were blabbing a long time, Zayar, is it scuba of the Rishayim or the Amorayim? And we were really blabbing. But then when we see that the Gra in our Sefer quotes the Zohar amongst Gemaras, we can see that the Gra held that it was more than just a Rishon. Okay. So Tachazi is what it says in the Gemara in the Zohar, come see. Right? Tashma is in the Gemara. Tachazi is in the Zayar. And so we saw Tachazi in the Gemara, and that's because Shligs to dance in the sea. Tachazi, come and see. Kama nafish chele de ilna. Come and see how strong a tree is. See how much power there is on trees. Come see. Tachazi. Amar Rav Papa Bar Shmuel, says Rav Papa Bar Shmuel, Elo havoy hazam lo himni. If I wasn't there, I wouldn't have believed it. And that is the shtickle of the Gemara of the week. maybe we
So-
can do more, but that's the story. And we're going to analyze it now. This story was written 2,000 years ago in Babylon, right after the destruction of the Second Temple. And we needed to keep this Torah going, and so they wrote it down. And they wrote down all the laws. And for some reason, they decided to write also these wild tales that until the last few hundred years, people understood it, people didn't. But the first, I mean, the Gra and Rabbi Nachman. So we have two great rabbis who write about these stories, and we try to understand them and maybe see their different perspectives. But first, of course, when in the Gemara, in the Chashbam, time to start the Chashbam, and we start the Chashbam by starting the Gemara again. The Amar akroksa. Shligs says crow sounds like a frog. And I said, before we're going to see the Rashbam, that's the best shot that we can possibly say. You know? Unless you have some kid who's like, well, actually, I have a doctorate in, and akroksa, then we'll listen to him. And maybe he can be on even footing with Shligs' croak shot. Maybe. All right, so what is akroksa? What? Rashi, Spardea.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That's so crazy. Snake.
A little prig. A little Craig.
Snake.
A little akroksa. So this frog. Oh, snapper is a frog. Oh, a little akroksa. Okay, so I saw this frog that it was the size of an akra de hagronia. Gadol ayagozo krach. He's as big as Miami City, he said. No, not specifically. I'm saying, for example, like he's as big as this city called Akra de Hagronia. But Akra de Hagronia, how big was this city? Stein Bati. 2 houses. You know, this maybe is Okochico or something. Okeechobee. Maybe it's Okeechobee, Florida, but this is not Miami Beach. 2 houses. Asa Tanina. So there was a frog that was the size of a town of 2 houses. Pretty big place. Okay. So we saw today 2 houses that was recently connected into 1 house. Okay. So Shnei Badim. Asa Tanina, the serpent, the maybe alligator, it came and it ate the frog. Okay. Other than Nina, Rabba Kamarle. Okay. So Tanina came, Rob is continuing the story, and it pushed and it ate it. And then it pushed chickens that goes is an Orev Nikeva. Wow. So it was like some sort of wild animal, some sort of female wild animal, like a cougar.
Isn't an Orev a raven or a crow? Is that how you say Orev in Hebrew?
Oh, you're right. It was you're right, a raven, 100%.
Wow.
I was thinking like Makas Aro, but you're right, an Orev is a crow. Shligs on figgy fire. An Orev of a Craig, a crow. And that's why it makes sense that it goes into the Ilna. Wait, by the ball looked at it. So the bird, it came and it went on a tree. So the crow, it went on a tree, a female crow, a pushkinsa. Anav echad kederech ovos. It went on one branch. Tachazi, come and see how big the strength of the tree is. That the tree held up this orave that ate this serpent, that ate this frog that was the size of two houses. See how strong the tree is. It was just staying on the tree. It just ate these gigantic things. See how strong the tree is.
Must have been a strong tree.
That's the story, that the tree held up the bird. He says, Yaziv, Ilo Avoyazam, says Rav Bava Bar Shmuel, if I wasn't there, I would not have believed it. Okay, that's the Gemara, that's the Rashbam. Now it's time for the Halakha game. Oh, you know what we didn't get at the Storm Store today? Likutei Moharan.
Hard to find Likutei Moharan. I know a guy in the old city that sells them.
We'll get it at the right time. Okay, wait, hon. Did I get a pencil at any point? Oh, I got one. Thank you. Okay. Who akroksa? So he said, I saw this akroksa, this big frog. Amar Azal b'medrash Moshe Rabbah. Says Chazal in the medrash Moshe Rabbah. Lama laku mitzrayim b'tzfardeim. So we're talking about Tzfardeya. So we could have seen that coming, right? It's a Gemara about a frog and a akroksa. So the frog is gonna get involved. Bishvil shebatlu as Yisrael milas like V'Torah. Why did Mitzrayim get hit with frogs? Because they were bevatel Am Yisrael from learning in Torah. Kehadin Tzfardeya Delo Sharich Yamama V'Laila. Because a frog is always dancing and croaking day and night. And so this frog that's being mevatel Torah, that was why they got punished with the frog. Because they were being mevatel Torah, they were trying to learn Torah, and they were like, yo, dance over there and build a pyramid. It's sharich. It screams day and night. That's why Talmid Chacham is called the Snapper Rebbe. Talmid Chacham is called Tzfardeya. Talmid Chacham is called the frog. And by the way, I want to put this shiur up in Mitzvah Hashem soon and send it to my Zaidi, my Papa. My Papa. His nickname in high school was the Frog.
No way.
Yeah, because he had hops. Dad, is it true story?
I never really heard that he was called the Frog.
You don't know what Jack Rappaport playing basketball in Brooklyn?
He was a huge basketball player. He was an amazing basketball player. I didn't know that's
Papa
what
was
they
the
called
Frog.
him. I'm going to see him now. I'm going to ask him.
Oh, yo, make sure that you text me when you're there so I can get on FaceTime. You know how it brings me so much joy. Please. Lachein Amar Rav Bar Chana b'milisato. Yo, can we dance somewhere? Can we stand somewhere that I can see that the light? Sky out to the rabbis. Don't move. I'm kidding, but just everyone is standing in good places. But you can dance in place. Lachein Amar Rav Bar Chana b'milisato. In his story, Rav Bar Chana The Gra calls it in his Melitza, in his riddle. The Gra calls this a riddle, or it's almost like at Melitza, like a suggestion. Shara Talmud Chacham Echad. He saw a Talmud Chacham, a big Talmud Chacham. What is he? It was a frog, 2 houses big. A city of 2 houses. This frog,
Big frog.
a huge frog, a huge frog. And he was in Ashkenaz, and he said, "Rivers, rivers, rivers, rivers." So that's the story. They saw Talmud Chacham once. Dava ki agra de hagroni of akud hagroni gama havik stay bate. It says veinyano commotion because of shishim hema malchus. Oh, we gotta see that puzzle verbatim. 60 is the malchus. I don't know what that means. Achaz he yonasi samasi. Oh, no way. Yonasi samasi. Right? Rayasi Shishim Malchus Hema Shishim Mesechtos. So the 60 kingdoms in that pasuk that we have to see is 60 Mesechtos of Shas. Achaz hi Yonasi Samasi. The 60 Mesechtos, the 60 tractates of the Talmud. I thought there were 63, but Achazi, it's one. Yonasi, my dove. Samasi, my perfect one. Ki ayira shahaya omedes la'ad. Kemoshe gods of Yira, Adonai Torah omedes la'ad. So that's the Yira. The awe, the awareness, the seeing, the fear. Some people translate that as, so I would be remiss not to mention it. Hi hayira shahaya omedes la'ad. It's the awareness, it's the amazement to the Eibishter, it's the awareness that is all echad, re'iyah, that is always there. In any situation, you'll be able to see it. Because everything is Eibishter. Like it says in Shabbos, the Lamed Aleph, V'haya emunas itecha. Oh, one of Shligs' first Gemaras he ever told me was in this Gemara in Shabbos and Lamed Aleph. Emunas itecha. Oh, it's good to do chazah. So it says the belief of your times, but it's talking about the pasuk. It says Emunah is Seder Zerayim. The Emunah is from Seder Zerayim. The belief has to do with Zerayim, with planting. Kimosha the Afiluachi year as Hashem, right? It says if you hear as Hashem, then you're good, and if not, when you hear as Hashem, very chashav. We can see these Gemaras inside, but we're stacking down. The Kavanazo Sharad Amachacham Baki B'Kol Hashas. He saw a Amachacham that was a Baki in all of Shas. He was an expert in all of Shas. That's what he saw when he saw this giant frog. Azza Tanina Vibala. Oh, there was a Talmud Chacham. Hey, Rivka, there was a Talmud Chacham. He was buggy in all of Shas. Comes a serpent and eats him. Al Derish, because of like it says in Yeshayahu, Bayomahu Yivkod Hashem Bechorvo Akasha Bagidola Bechazaka Al Leviathan. I almost said that when I was talking about Tanin. I almost said the Leviathan, but I didn't say that shot. But I was thinking it. But the Gemara is saying, yo, it's the Leviathan. Nachash Bariach. The Al Leviathan Nachash Akalton. The Harag Ez Atanin Asher Bayam. So it seems to be, and we have to see this pasuk in Yeshayahu and Chav Zayin. And Amir Hashem, we got a Tanakh into the hustle nowadays, and Amir Hashem, we're gonna bring it tomorrow. I mean, it's Yeshayahu Chav Zayin, but it doesn't even tell us what pasuk it is. But it talks about Hashem on that day, he's gonna come with his sword, that's strong and big and great, and he's gonna kill the Leviathan Nachash Bariach, and there's another Leviathan Nachash Akalton, two different types of Leviathans. Basically, it's a pasuk in Yeshayahu, the parak in Yeshayahu that we're gonna be steiging this week. Amir Hashem. So tomorrow, Amir Hashem, we'll have a siyat d'shmaya to see that parak a little bit and see that pasuk. But we're in the sugya of Leviathan. How much time we got left in shiur?
19 minutes.
Oh, gewaldig. Okay, and we're on the water learning about the Leviathan.
I have the pasuk up also if you want it now or tomorrow. I'll say
Oh, the
it.
pig? Yeah, let's see it.
First, it's pasuk Aleph. Bayom hahu yifkod Adonai b'charbo hakasha v'hagadola v'chazaka al levyasa nachash b'riach v'al levyasa nachash akaloson v'harag es hatanin asher bayam.
Okay. Tight.
Taich, in that day, Hashem will punish with a great, cruel, mighty sword. Leviathan, the elusive serpent, Leviathan, the twisting serpent, the dragon of the sea will be slain.
Ooh,
Oh, it's your grandfather.
bro, that's wild stuff.
Shmuel, you saw your grandfather's in here?
Papa? Papa! It's
Hey.
great to see you, Papa.
Muel,
Unbelievable. How are
what's
ya?
doing, my man?
Papa, I'm here in Florida and we're learning Torah and we're learning that a Talmud Chacham is called a frog.
I don't hear
The
that.
Talmud Chacham is called a frog. That's what he's learning in Gemara.
Go do your teaching.
Yo, Papa, weren't you the frog in high school when you were a kid playing basketball with Jack Rappaport?
What did you say?
Did he call you? He said when you were a kid, did they used to call you the frog when you were playing basketball with Jack Rappaport?
Yes.
Yeah, he said yes. Lord.
Oh, amazing. A frog. A Talmud Chacham over here in the making. And listen, I'm not saying I'm a Talmud Chacham, but my grandfather did have the nickname the frog.
I
can say that much.
I was able to jump as high as a frog.
You hear that, Shmuel?
Yeah, amazing.
All right, Papa
So the
said. Keep going.
frog,
Papa doesn't want to be
is-
Mevata Torah. Keep going.
no, Khalila, this is Torah. So Papa, the frog, is the Talmud Chacham, and he knows all of Shas. Comes the Leviathan, the Leviathan, and eats the frog up. Then the Indian is like he says in Zohar, Kishnei Taninim Haim. There's two different serpents. Echad hu al afar mishalo v'nikra nachash. So one of them is on the serpent of the land, that's called a snake. V'nikra nachash, kamosha kazav, like it says, the nachash afar lachmo. The nachash eats, the snake eats dust. V'hasheni bayam nikra tanin. But on the inside, they call it a snake, a sea serpent of sorts. Kimo as the tanin asher bayam. Mibnei James Shnei Yitzarim. There are two different creations, the sea serpent and the land serpent. Ha'echad ba mishot ba'aretz. One is coming like, like looking in the land, like in the land. V'mizalech saviv ameharazos sheiluchan ba'aretz v'lachei nigra eretz ha'amim. That's why they're called Amaret, because they live in the land. And that's why that's the snake of the land. Zeh Yezer Nikra Nachash, that's the snake. The second one is called sea serpent. Ashota bayam, swimming in the sea. Saviv hadamud chacham shehiluchan bayam. So the Talmud Chacham is walking around in the sea, and there are these serpents in these snakes in the water come and find them, right? And so so the Amarat is called someone who's on the land, but a Talmud Chacham is someone who goes into the sea. Because Shehochim biyama Talmud. Because the Talmud Chacham, he's walking, he's walking around in the sea of Talmud. B'mayanim achachma, and in the springs of wisdom, levadlan me'ezek atayra. So these snakes in the water, they're trying to mevato their Torah, but the Talmud Chacham stays strong. Kimosha Darshu, Bizova Hashem, Bizo Hashem al pay the Yalu Benegev. I don't know what that means. The Amar Azal, and Chazal say the V'yazan Nefesh Bariach, the V'yazan Nefesh Akoton. So when Shligs read the pasuk, it seemed to imply that it was one snake, one Leviathan, and the Leviathan just was described in two different ways. Comes to Zaira and says, Nain, these are two different fish, or whatever they are. Amar Azal, Chazal rather. Leviazan Nefesh Bariach, Leviazan Nefesh Agadon is Zachar and Nekeva. What were we talking about? An Orev, and it was what? It was in the Nekeva Tika Orev. So maybe that's Shaykh. But she says these are these two Leviathans, male and female. The Amr, when it says in Pesachim, Memtez, Gedola Shenemar Shesonim Ame Aretz V'chulei V'nishosehem Yozer Mehem Tana Shara V'pirish Gashem Mikulan. So really, I got to see that Gemara inside. And so Mirza Hashem will have the schos to see that Gemara inside, to see what they're bringing about that Gemara in Pesachim. So that's what they call it, Nachash Bariach. Shligs, how do they teach Nachash Bariach?
Nachash Bariach, they teach as the elusive serpent.
Bariach means to run away. Very good.
Nice.
And okay, what's the next one? And what's the Nachash Akalton?
It's the twisting serpent.
Ah, amazing. Akalton. Im Ikesh with Patel. Akalton is like crumb. So, Shehem Ame Aretz. The harag as the tanina sher bayam. So there's this one of these snakes is on the river, is on the land. One of them is on the sea, perhaps. And he kills the snake or the serpent that's in the yam. Shehu asher shana v'piresh. That's someone who learned and left the Torah. It seems to me that that's the worst of them all. But I would need to see that Gemara in Pesachim, which is not possible right now. So we're going to blab a little bit. We're getting our feet wet. It's still Yom Rishon B'Shabbos over here.
We have
Amru. What?
I was just gonna say Tushtel because we know that one of the only people that they said couldn't do tshuva was Acher, right? And he was a big Talmid Chacham who nichnas v'yatza Pardes, but he became a heretic. So
Yeah, but they say it says that he heard a boss call, but that's
not relevant. Okay.
not rigged, not rigged. But a gewaltige Gesach, anyways, and he was nichnas and yotze, but it was hitzitz. It says hitzitz v'nifka. It says by him.
Thank you.
No, that's Ben Zona, Ben Zoma, Ben Acher. It says kitzitz v'netios. He picked the floor. Okay, he picked
It's a good slip of the
sapling.
tongue. A good slip of the tongue right there.
What did I say? What did I say?
Benzona.
Yeah, I got that also. Baby. The Hargas at Tarina Shirbayam. That's the Tamachakam. We're going to see it tomorrow. But this is what it says. It says, Asa Tanina Vebala. The Tanina came. The sea serpent. Oh, Sigmund, the sea serpent. Sigmund, the sea snake. Yo, DVJ, did our Sigmund, the sea serpent hat come in the mail yet?
It might have. There's something on your bed, but I didn't open it, so I don't know.
Sigmund, the sea snake. Able to give us the
a slippery serpent.
A slippery serp over here. So Sigmund, the sea serpent, came and ate up the frog. Who Ashana the Piresh is talking about a Talmud Chacham that really stagged, but he left. Maybe he left the Torah. Asa Pushkinsa, a female raven, came. Tanina and swallowed up the serpent, the Sigmund, the sea serpent, who got thrown out of his cave for dancing during shiur. I'm yoking. But Sigmund, the sea serpent, he got thrown out of his cave and he found a home with nice humans. And we love Sigmund, the sea serpent. Okay. Azza Pushkin Sahabe Balatinina. In Yanaka Moshe Kazav is like he says in Erevin Dav Chav Beis. She Toros Choros Kaorev. When we say it's black as a raven. Bami Ata Mosan. Bami Shemazim Atmo Achzari Albanav Kaorev. Where do you find blackness? What's the darkest thing a person can do? What's the worst thing a person can do? Is someone who acts cruelly with their children like a raven. V'alzeh Amar, mi yachin le'orev tzido, ki yaladav el Yeshuazo. Who's gonna catch food for this raven, because his kids, only God can save them. Maybe because the raven doesn't take care of her children. Khalils. V'chein nosen levehema lachma livnei orev asher yikrau. Hashem gives animals food and the children of Orev specifically because they call out to him. V'hi al derech she'amru Razal Chazal say in Chulin Davav. Ha'adam, the human. V'habehema toshi Hashem. Adamu vehema toshi Hashem. Oh, someone got to be holding in Rosh Hashanah davening in Shana Rabbah. Adam ve'oshi, something like that, right? Ani vahu Hoshiana. Adamu vehema. Ani vahu Hoshiana. Ani.
Vacuum the sheep up.
Gewaldig. And now, Anashem Yaneinu, Yom Koreinu, Anenu, Yom Koreinu, Anenu, Yom Koreinu. So it says, man and beast will be saved by Hashem. Hashem will save them. Toshia Hashem. Amru asa pushkinsa v'bala tanina. That's what it means when it says that the pushkinsa swallowed up the tanina. The raven swallowed up the sea serpent, the sea monster that swallowed up the frog and came. Yeah, Shligs, what's up?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. V'zem duyak majapirish Rashi orev nikeva. Ah, and this is why Rashi specifically said it's an orev nikeva. Yo, but he's saying Pirish Rashi, but it was the Rashbam. The Gra is calling you Rashi? Question mark. Orev nikeva ki mishunei b'tiva neged emabanim l'kol ba'alchai. Usually, and it's supposed to be learning this is Mamo. Usually, a mother is so loving of her children, and she loves her children unconditionally, etc., etc. And the raven is the one exclusion from all creatures. Vihi melitza al talmid chacham shenaz achzari al banav. Ay ay ay. And so the riddle, the answer to this riddle is the talmid chacham that is cruel to his children. Chalila v'chein. Ve'ozek v'dor yom v'layla. By starting day and night. V'zalik v'yaziv be'ilna. And so the raven went onto a tree. Perish ma ozda lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mizamen lo adam lachziko ki yisachar v'zavulun v'chein amar v'yaviuhu marta. So this tree that he goes, that's a guy who's going to strengthen him like Yisachar and Zavulun. Perish be'olam hazeh lemazul ra. Yikes! Let's say this Damachachab, he came into Olam hazeh with a bad mazel, bad luck. Ki mizona lav bizchuza dalia. But even so, the mizona doesn't have to do with your schus. A person's sustenance. I feel like I've heard that statement before. It's wild. Mizona lav b'schus adalia. Ela b'mazva. That is just luck. Maybe you should give us the answer to Shraya and mazel when we need it. B'mazva dalia. Below yochlu lishtos mayim mimara machmas dochkam. They weren't able to drink the bitter waters, but they were even so thirsty, but they still couldn't drink the bitter waters. We're like, excuse me, Grab, but aren't you supposed to make this easier and more comprehensible? You know, you're gaining on. The Yoruhu, 10 minutes, and here's ending dude. The Yoruhu Hashem ate. Shehu echad min machzikei Torah. The tree is one of the strengtheners of the Torah, like we saw. Kemosha Amr, like it says, Eitz chayimi l'machazikim ba le'lom de'ah lo nemar. Says the Gra. It doesn't say who's the Torah Eitz chayim for. Not for the ones who learn Torah. Torah is not a tree of life for those who learn it. It's not an Eitz chayim. Oh, you learn Torah, very nice. Torah is not going to be a tree of life for you. Who's it going to be a tree of life for? L'machazikim ba, that you grab on it and you don't let go. That's Eitz chayim, l'machazikim ba. V'zeu kavanas amru solik yosef be'ilna. This is why this tree, this raven, went up and landed in a tree. It's talking about the tree of Torah. The Torah is a tree, not just when you learn it, when you hold on to it for dear life. L'machazikim ba.
30 seconds.
Perfect timing for shtik chazah. We saw today a frog got eaten by a sea monster, got eaten by an O-Rave landed on a tree. How great is the power of a tree? That's tomorrow we're going to find out. But today we were mamish surrounded by triggity trees, learning in South Beach, Florida. Very geschmack. We got to learn about a little bit of a mother's love. We had a great day chilling with Rivka and Mamo here in South Beach. Big goes to see Papa. Big goes to see Tati. Big goes to see Ziggity Zoom user in the end. Shligs DVJ. I mean, I don't have time to take out my